What's up, B2? Capital G here. Got an interesting duel for you guys to check out. I feel like this is a duel that maybe you look at these opening hands and you think that one person does not have a chance in this duel. He's playing Battery Man, and probably not a very good version of Battery Man. I have never been a fan of AAA, although it can do a little bit of work in some situations against some sort of hyper insect deck or hyperlink insect deck, as it was described to me. Although mainly I think that it's just kind of grinder golem plus level eater shenanigans. Two broken cards that I say should be banned, but whatever. Let's go ahead and roll this and see if misplays ultimately cost them the game, not the subpar deck, or the deck I think is fairly subpar. I mean, there are cards in here I like. I don't know about this play though. Generally speaking, I think if you're like, you don't know what you're playing against and you have two level 4s in the field, I think the standard play is just to go for Bagusta, man. At least Bagusta means if your opponent doesn't have Regeki, Dark Hole, they don't have a kaiju, maybe you don't get completely blown out the water. You know what I mean? That's why I like Bagusta in a lot of situations. But he did open with Grinder Golem, multiple Grinder Golems at that. So you know that he's probably going to summon Skull Deeds. That'll get him like another summon. He won't be able to normal summon, but let's see ultimately if that matters. He's going to go for Infernal Reckless Summon on that Primitive Butterfly. He gets himself another battery, another Solar Battery Man. I don't know about this though. He summons his token in attack mode, and I actually had to stop and like read Solar Battery Man. I was like, wait a minute, does the token have to go in attack mode? That seems kind of ludicrous. And no, it just says special summon the light token. So I think he just like goofed it. I think he brain farted, but it's whatever. He's not gonna die here, which is actually really good. He takes way more damage than he needed to, and he doesn't really have much to show for it at the end of the turn. I believe he is going to keep the Grinder Golem, but it appears his opponent is obviously trying to summon a lot of monsters here with the Firewall. I mean, Grinder Golem is just going next level. He goes for Link Karibo, so obviously he can use the tokens defensively if he needs to, if he leaves himself with a token or something like that. Goes for Lone Fire Blossom, probably trying to dig for Brilliant Fusion now. Yeah, he gets the Brilliant Fusion, so he can pretty much just make whatever. I think he's trying to link up Trigate Wizard. I don't know about this Doom Dozer play. I feel like if you link Trigate Wizard with 3, I feel like you probably are going to win the duel. But he has Borreload, and I mean, he got a freaking extra link. Like, this is extremely powerful. Not to mention, I believe that Trigate Wizard might have just banned or something. So you look at the game state, you're like, all right, there's no way this guy can come back and win. But maybe there is actually some hope here. He did not link it up with 2. There goes the Battery Man AAA. He gets another AAA. Now he's going to use the effect of Fuel Cell. Then he activates United We Stand on his Grinder Golem. And I actually thought, like, if you really look at this, he has a 2100 Fuel Cell. He can bait out Link Karibo. He has a 6500 Grinder Golem, so he can take down Borreload really easily, and he still will have monsters on the field to go for a rank 4 play. I actually thought he was going to run this back, but he makes the dumbest mistake ever. Everyone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh should know, if your opponent has Link Karibo on the field, attack with a little monster first to get Link Karibo out. You never attack with the highest monster, because Link Karibo does not target. It does not give a fuck what your monster is. It will take it down to 0, and that's what he does, and it just loses him the game. He goes into some mediocre Leo play, goes into 101. He ends up, I think, taking Firewall Dragon, but like I feel like he just lost the duel right there, because you know that he's gonna get Borreloaded, and like his Leo's probably gonna die, and the game is just kind of over. All he has on the field left is the Borreload Dragon, and at this point he can kind of just stall him with Link Karibos over and over again. So he doesn't really have any chance. Actually, yeah, he's gonna level eat off of the Leo. So as crazy as the opening was by the guy at the top, I feel like he probably still shouldn't have won this duel. If he just would have attacked with I think he had a 1500 monster over here that may have been what was the card, the light monster that equips itself when you synchro summon. I can't think of the name of it, but if he would have attacked with that into the Link Karibo would have been forced to use its effect. It wouldn't have mattered if he Borreloaded. He would have gotten rid of that. He could have ran over Borreload, and then he could have in main phase 2, he could have Vion Prison. that's the guy's name, I think. He could have went for something like a 101 or a Castel. He could have spun another monster, and all the guy would have had was just Skull Deed. And Skull Deed's not going to be able to kill that Grinder Golem at that point. Skull Deed would have been a fairly dead card, especially if he would have went 101, where Skull Deed would have had to attack into 101 just to get the materials, and his top deck probably wasn't going to matter. So yeah, that's how you throw games, boys, and hopefully you don't do that. But just remember, even when the odds are stacked against you, there's always a minute possibility that you can actually win. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos.